Evi, who Evi has been so pivotal for DFM throughout the history of this team. I think it's a well-placed set of bans there going after him. And you see the change in priority where Rumble was considered the god champion for jungle in the new era. Cloud9 here, and at least for Blaber, opting for Morgana instead and giving it over to the side of DFM.
Rumble is the only champion still at MSI 2021 with 100% pick and ban. And every single time it had been banned away against DFM. They had not gotten to show anyone whether they even played the champion. Turns out they do. It snapped up right away. Tristana probably locked up alongside. And keep in mind, think about last time these teams met. Blaber swam it down the river as fast as possible, flashing after a scuttle crab and giving it blood. And that is how that game went. This time, not on Nidalee. You know, maybe can't paddle quite as fast. See if this game is going to play differently, but I want to remind everyone of how this went the first time around. It was a very rough start for C9 because they are up against elimination. On the other side, of course, DFM. If they win this for the first time ever, for the first time in Japanese League of Legends history, their team will advance past the first stage they were qualified into.
Back to Champion Select, though. What's really important in jungle meta right now, especially with these two extremely quickly clearing champions, is the power of your lanes to be able to push up and support you in your crab killing endeavors. Now, Tristana picked up here as the flex pick for DFM. Very well could go into the hands of Aria, but I actually expect it to be a bottom lane combination for Yutapon down there, along with this Alistar. Looking for possible kill combos here. This is definitely an area that you can play off of, even though both of these two teams in their successful games versus Damwon both kind of focus their jungle attention towards the top area of the map.
Ooh, Silas taken off the table. Obviously looks really good on Alistar, looks really good on the Rumble. Those are outstanding ultimates to steal away, so sure makes sense here. Honestly, Vulcan has been an absolute smurf today, though. That is a player to watch out for on the Nautilus. Maybe a little bit less playmaking than on the Alistar he was a little while ago, but obviously still good engage. Blaber, if he is on point, then Morgana can do a ton as well. Zven was great in week 1, was okay earlier today. Players definitely we're watching for here as well. And Perkz has mostly just been on kind of control range champions. Yeah, had a marksman game earlier, but you know, two Victor and an Orianna. That's mostly what he's playing so far.
He's definitely set up well to play, you know, a marksman in this game, except for the fact that one is banned and the other one is taken away. Those are the two primary AD carry marksmen for mid lane, Tristana and Lucian, off the table. Given the fact that they do have the jungle Morgana, though, much more supportive. Morgana actually can also be very oppressive with ganks if you have other CC in the lane to set up the binding, because the binding is an extremely long duration. However, not easy to land on any pro player or any player with hands if you have no setup for it. So definitely could go one of two ways towards that mid lane. Thus far, you know, he has looked very good on stuff like the Victor, you know, the scaling AP threat from the mid lane, huge AoE teamfight damage. His movement has been extremely clean, and his placement of the gravity field, very big reason why they were able to take their game versus Damwon. He is going to have to go into the Zoe, so it's super long range. It makes you not want to pick stuff like Orianna that have to excel in mid-range. And he's gone for the other AD threat, Phreak. It is not an AD carry. It is a melee AD threat here. It is the Yone coming back out for Perkz, one of his mainstays in the LCS. Very aggressive and very good AoE combinations. This is super strong team fight from Cloud9, and given the fact that they have Morgana Black Shield to deal with the Alistar engage, they actually have a follow-up here. Set for Evi. This is one of the biggest carry champions for Evi, and with the buffs to AD scaling for Sett, this is a tremendous pickup for Evi. Talking to the LGL casters, they were going crazy for this. For him as an individual pick. This is definitely going to be a big one. Aria on his Zoe, most played champion this year. Evi on his Sett. This is really big comfort for DFM. Plus a very powerful teamfight comp here for Cloud9. I think both teams actually, in one of the rare situations, feel very good about their champ select going into this game. And it's the most pivotal game of this entire group, Phreak.
Yes, it is. This is do or die. DFM, if they lose, they have a chance at still forcing a tiebreaker, but it involves beating Damwon and Cloud9. Cloud9 losing in their last match. On the other side, though, if DFM win, they are in. They are second place in the group. They automatically win the tiebreaker via the head-to-head, even if both teams are 3-3. And C9, they spent 4 bans on top side. Still had to blind pick top lane, and you're still gonna see Sett through for Evi. You love trying to dunk a Sion. If you time it right, Sion can immune that with the ultimate. If you time it right, Black Shield can immune that ulti. There's a lot that can go right if the timing is done well, but you would love to dunk a Sion. And look, we saw Fudge get a solo bolo in his previous game, but now he is against the boss, and this is going to be a little bit tougher for him because that matchup can look outstanding with those buffs to AD Sett. We are on to the Rift, do or die for the LCS's sole representative in Cloud9. DFM, can they make history with this roster?
And the thing is, this champ select completely changes how Cloud9 want to play the game. Blaber should never go for these top lane plays. Morgana Sion is not going to beat out Sett Rumble combination. So it is going to be a lot more looking to try and play for these jungle camps for this vision, trying to control the map for him, and then looking to set up either Perkz or the bottom side of the map. Meanwhile, DFM, Evi, he is a legend for this team and is definitely going to be a lot about how can they control this top triangle.
Well, make sure to send us your tweets. Of course, tweet Verizon 5G, all chat. Honestly, I always love the like fan interaction in the middle of the game. So when you see a solo bolo, something pops off, I want to see it. We'll read it out on air. But right now, Cloud9 going for a bit of a late invade. I guess more of a mid invade. The camps aren't up just yet, but sweeper on, walking forward, get rid of any wards there might be, and then okay, keep going. Aria is spotted, sees them as well though. They will just barely not see the trinket ward. So they can expect that they're on vision, but ultimately not going to get rid of this ward. Still, though, it's going to be a well-timed invade. Yutapon, I mean, theoretically could steal, but regardless, steal himself. The Rumble already started top side, is not going to be losing any time here.
And this is what I was just talking about. They want to split the map. Talking about how Blaber's never going to want to go towards Fudge's lane. Guess what, Phreak? Even 1 minute into the game, he doesn't want to go top triangle. Really intelligent move to try and split the map here from Cloud9. Ooh. Good engage on the bottom side as well. That's 50% of Yutapon's HP. Steel has come around to try and answer, though, and Blaber didn't use his sweeper. He might have to flash.
This is probably going to be flash force and a 200 HP already. Nicely done to land the binding first, but still the flash chase is here, and he's going to go down twice in a row. Blaber is dead in the river against DFM.
Oh, Blaber caught with his hands in the cookie jar there. Yes, they try and split the map, but doesn't use the second sweeper, doesn't clear out that ward, and nobody has extra pressure to defend him in the jungle. We've seen so many times the defenders actually just bringing their jungler back over and defending their quadrant of the jungle. Seal comes over, and guess what? Mid-push from Aria Zoe means that is a kill.
Huge pickup right now. DFM obviously off to a decent start there. 300 gold lead. Wallen looks pretty good right now for Cloud9, sure. And hey, it's Perkz doing his best as well. Good timing with the snap back. He is immune to CC during the road backwards, so not going to be sleeping. But yes, Fudge has 3 CS. He is zoned off. Now, to be fair, Sett is also only at 3 CS, but trying to zone him off of XP can make this lane pretty much impossible. Good couple of punches. Looking really good for Evi.
Yeah, as we talked about, talking up Evi's carry Sett top lane here, he's playing extremely well, zoning Fudge off a little bit of the gold there, but also gets into range, gets the extra harassment down, whittling down this Sion on the top side, so he has permanent priority. And even after killing Blaber, they are able to reset Steel up to the top side of the map and get this top crab. So with this tremendous amount of top lane pressure here from Evi, from DFM, it's looking like a really good opening for the LGL represents.
So the kill is obviously nice. However, in XP, it's going to be Blaber leading. Keep in mind, he got to take his left side jungle. He's still got 2 camps down there, plus the bottom scuttle. Like, he's actually going to stay out leveled. He got a free recall off, I guess. It didn't buy him anything because he had 2 camps at the time.
That is the most ridiculous usage of the word free. I am calling that illegal.
It cost,
no, get the hell out of here, Phreak.
It cost Blaber 0 gold DFM got money. Aria got a ton of cash. But it didn't cost Blaber a cent.
I have a very good tolerance for your bullshit, Phreak, but I'm calling that the limit, okay? Anyways, moving along there, Blaber is able to at least get the bottom scuttle crab and continue the pace of farming. To your point, one thing that does come of a lot of this movement through the early jungle pathing when you're trying to cover both sides of the map, as Steel was, counter the bottom side invade, but then also still set up your set for success, get him alone time in the Sion on top side, get that top scuttle crab, and retain that pressure there. When you're using a lot of time traveling here, every second counts for jungling. Jungling is an efficiency-based role. It's all about opportunity costs. And travel time, especially early on in the game before junglers have purchased boots, does come at a premium cost.
It does. But the TPs come in, people coming back to the lanes soon enough right now as Fudge is on a bit of armor and a bit of health. Farm is equal up in the top side. Evi, though, having yet to press that recall button, still having his TP to use. Nicely timed on the shield. They trade back and forth, but honestly, this is just sort of free damage for Evi. If you can do any poke at all that eventually TP back, that's just damage that's going to stick on Fudge that doesn't stick on you because you're going to heal back up anyway. You play it as long as you can. Right now, he's trying to hide in the brush, make it seem like maybe he did recall, but look, Rumble is on the way over, and honestly, just Ruby Crystal Cloth Armor, it's not the biggest tank stats for Fudge. You're going to knock down the casters, needs to auto them each once. Very small gank window right now, because as soon as Cannon is gone, Fudge does not need to walk up anymore.
And you see Blaber in the river right now. He was hovering. They even pinged, trying to help him push that wave in. This is so dangerous for Fudge. He's got to get out of there.
He's going to put the ward down, sees the two on the roam. He's going to get pulled back, but has flash if he needs it. Sidesteps, TP coming back in. This could be a kill on the top side. He's got the shield, and that's already going to be a kill onto Sion, but it's traded back already. Plus with Blaber in, it's 2 for 1. Naka comes in for Perkz as well. Aria forced to run away. Cloud9 with the counter gank. Get a 2 for 1.
First blood already given over. Cloud9 very happy to push this wave in, and I do like that counter gank. Nice teleport from Perkz to actually lead it off, even if the first kill is definitely traded on the opposite side. Pretty big turn of events here. This now does get Sion to the Bramble Vest, which you just want to purchase as quickly as possible so you can sustain through this lane. Getting that Grievous Wounds whenever Sett goes for the harassment. Here's another look at it though. Teleport channeled very early from Perkz, Q channeled from Fudge, and even though he goes down quickly there, the 2 for 1 quickly picked up. Perkz, that Rumble's just injecting right into the middle of our screens, but Perkz is able to push that wave in for him as well, and it's actually a CS lead on top side and the aftermath.
There's a little brush play by Vulcan, gets an anchor in, but doesn't mean too much damage overall. Honestly, Zven and Yutapon similar in health. We'll say that Zven got a better recall overall, boots plus a Noon Quiver, obviously quite a bit stronger, so they want to play this lane out as long as they can. They don't want to let Yutapon get a recall off because they want to keep the item advantage, so Vulcan constantly wants to play up, constantly wants to keep the Tristana from getting what she wants done. See if that can even happen, but it should result in a slowly growing CS lead for Cloud9. It's +4 right now. You expect it to grow until the items re-equalize. We can check in later on. And still then, we've got bot pressure, and that means the first dragon can be attacked and started. Perkz on his way over as well, and Cloud9, yeah, comfortably in a 4v0, going to claim the first dragon of the game.
Yeah, in the aftermath of the top side play there being so beneficial for both Perkz and Fudge because of the fact they get to push in the minion wave after, because of the fact that Perkz is able to get the kill credit there on at least one of them, it is going to be a completely different story as far as mid lane priority nowadays. Early in the opening, we saw Aria able to push out the first couple of minion waves there and follow up with the counter invade, killing Blaber. But now Perkz, you constantly get to go for this harassment onto Zoe. All they need is a little bit of vision on the sides. And you can see already the wards both in the river and in the bottom, just above the banana brush there for Cloud9, allowing Perkz the opportunities to go in for this harassment and take away some of these angles for Aria to try and find some picks with these Sleepy Trouble bubbles. Fudge, though, he does have flash still.
Flash burn there, yeah, another forced attempt top side. Good idea, though. It gets the summoner for very little time, required. But I want to say Cloud9, off of what Fudge did about 40 seconds ago, able to eat their cake and have it too, which is the fact that they got Dragon and did not lose Herald on the cross-map play. So often with top teams like this, you know, team goes to one side, they take the one that they want, the other team just takes the counter punch elsewhere. But Fudge saw Steel starting the Herald, walked over, said, okay, it's a bit too much pressure for me, backed off, made the Herald reset, and now Cloud9 able to get their champions back on the map. Recall did end up coming through for Zven, so bot lane's equalized, but now that team is ready to fight for Herald. And it's not like they're up in gold a ton. It's, you know, both teams having 2 kills, but Cloud9 able to get both neutral objectives pre-10.
Yeah, and even with the support, recall, roam being answered here, it actually just means Alistar's time is kind of wasted and moot, as it's full priority for Cloud9. Zven trying to get back to lane, though, right through the Rumble.
Huge damage. Autos, ults over the wave, ults over the wall. He knows that if Steel were not overheated, that would have been an equalizer, and that would have been so much damage. Instead, it's just going to be a red buff Steel. Possibly, maybe, but Vulcan and Blaber are on the way over. Vulcan face checks it. Red's going to reset, and Steel, for the last 2 minutes, has not gotten a single thing done. Half his camps are even up right now.
Definitely lagging behind as far as the early investment in travel time to try and cover topside, but then the topside play also afforded Blaber so much extra time in farming. He got 2 extra camp lead in the aftermath of the top lane play, and he has not stopped. You see him every single time we have the screen scrolling up here. He's double camp farming on Morgana. This is one thing that we saw a couple of junglers in the first couple of days at MSI messing up the spots. There's an easy spot between Blue and Gromp, plus there's a very easy spot between Red and Raptors to farm both of these camps at the same time, and you should almost always be doing this on champions like Morgana, like Fiddlesticks. If you put a lot of time in on those champions, you know the spot extremely well. Blaber has nailed it this time. We kind of were making fun of him for some of the early game plays that he had make, you know, fingers fumbling on stopwatches, messing up this exact thing where he was not getting the double camp farms. But he's definitely put his time in on the practice tool and has it nailed down.
Yeah, doing a bit better this time around. Still, though, first-blooded in both games against DFM. That may still haunt them in this one. And right now, though, Cloud9 obviously in the lead. Still got a Herald in the pocket, 800 gold in the advantage, 1 Dragon up as well. And so we'll wait to see when the Herald does crash. Mid lane about to lose 1 turret. Bot hasn't taken much damage, neither has top lane, but we should see more of it going down pretty soon, maybe with an Alistar roam, or a Nautilus roam, I should say, to try to find an entire turret. Wait to see when Blaber shows up, but the Herald's about halfway done in the inventory.
Now, the thing, too, when you have invested some of your draft priority in things like the Rumble, if you're unable to get the Rumble off to a good start, to a good clear and keep pace, you lose a tremendous amount of value. You see how far he's going to lag behind in trying to complete his Night Harvester, and you're facing into a team with 2 very strong engaged tanks in Sion and Nautilus, backed up by a Black Shield. Here we go, though. There's one of the strong tanks with the very courageous charge away.
Coward! He refers to himself as he does not fight Sett under a turret, but a nice setup by Evi, right? That was a good stun into the backwards ulti. Sadly could not block the ult out. Keep in mind, Fudge did not have flash. Evi could have maybe flashed, but might not have been enough damage. So here comes the mid lane charge. It's actually going to be, 3 turret plates taken at once, as there was still a sliver on the first one. Perkz did need to E forwards, otherwise all of the gold would have gone to Blaber. We can see based on how the scuttles have been handed over, Perkz is the one who's supposed to be getting all the gold and XP. 5,100 in his inventory. Just now makes up for the first blood Aria got 10 minutes ago.
And speaking of Aria, this is one of the players I really wanted to highlight for DFM because, again, he is on his Zoe, most played champion this year, extremely proficient, and especially the mid-game transition for this champion. You see so many times Aria getting these key bubbles leading up to Dragon number 2, to Dragon number 3, and getting those picks that DFM need to try and make comebacks in games like this. So, gaining Aria time to roam from mid to try and look for those bubbles is going to be key for this team because they still have, very, very good scaling options as far as their damage output. Looking towards bottom lane, kill combinations, definitely possible there with the Tristana Alistar. Problem is, though, as we said before, Perkz keeps pushing Aria in, so he can't gain that time, can't get unlocked. Needs a little bit of help to push out the minion wave to get unlocked and be able to look for those picks for the team.
Alrighty, well, we go into the mid game here. Closer and closer to 15 minutes, an easy checkpoint to check all our gold off of, and It's still a 1,000 gold lead for Cloud9, now 2-0 on Dragons. Herald indeed take roughly 2 plates. 2 plates on an auto attack functionally is what came through on that one. It counted as 3. And that's the gold lead right now. So a solid mid game, certainly much better than it was. DFM heading into the day had gold leads against every single team they played. They could have easily been 3-0. Finishing off the first day. Instead, obviously, they slipped against Infinity. They slipped against Damwon as well, but honestly could have been in such a better spot, but couldn't turn their end games into victories in the most part. Cloud9, though, after a comeback win against Damwon earlier today, seem to be getting better and better at their late game plays, and it leads you to be confident that they can kind of move this one forward.
Yeah, definitely shrugging off some of the missteps from the opening games, where it caused a lot of fans and even players from opposing teams to come out and kind of call them out. But Cloud9 looking so much better today overall. This is another look, by the way, where they've transitioned into having Fudge on the Sion. This is something they dipped into as far as their pool of strategies in the LCS and in playoffs at times as well. There were so many times throughout the season where Cloud9 were like, okay, Fudge, we're going to hand him Tank Gragas top or something like this, and then focus elsewhere on the map for the hard carries. Here's the teleport in.
All right, headbutt backwards, but the bind's still going to land on Alistar. Does not want to burn his ulti just yet. Wasn't taking too much damage just yet, though. Into the back line goes the Sion. Big damage, dunked back, but Steel is going to drop. His flash is already burned. And a quick root on Evi. Oh, that's going to be a kill back, though. Fudge taking a ton of damage, a 1-for-1, as they both lose a important member of the team. But hey, it means a chicken steal as well.
Yep, always happy to get the chicken steal. Honestly, though, DFM, that counter kill onto Fudge was so big as he's just channeling his Q there in front. Aria pelting him down, and that means that Cloud9 lose any priority they wanted to get off of that pick on Rumble, who is, as in this stage of the game, like we talked about, so vulnerable of a champion. Does not have the safety of stopwatch. Without the flash, he's not going to be able to play the front lines at all, so is going to have to watch his positioning for sure. Even with the binding landing there, still nothing for Cloud9. Perkz though in a 2v1.
Down to half. Not going to be sleeping just yet. A second ago, Kazu, by the way, had to burn ulti off of a bind W from Blaber. Was afraid of getting maybe Yone ulted, and so popped at about 600 health. So that cooldown's gone for a little bit. That said, Evi, is he going to get this red buff steal? Perkz not going to have the easiest time. Gets the red, though. Gets the knockup. Goes in for the fight. And ulti coming around behind. Will not take any shield damage. Stun comes back. Has to run away. That's going to be lethal damage. And Evi goes for a fight that he cannot win.
Thanks for the red buff right there. Perkz picks it up with the bigger gold cash in. Perkz, Yone on full display now. Phreak, he got set up so well with the top lane play, teleporting in, communicated by Fudge and turning that one around. But now really getting to shine with the shield bow. He has full confidence to take down Evi. Not enough threat there for DFM. No backup for him on that red invade, and Perkz is very happy to take not only the kill, not only the red buff, but also mid lane tower going down makes it 10 times more difficult for the Zoe to accomplish those mid-game bubble picks that she wants to go for. Again, yeah, just ulting right through, so...
Missing ping to mid-fight! He's like, wait, you let me press E, just hit you? Oh no, this guy's already doomed. He's like, this guy's inting, and sure enough, 6 seconds later, he's dead. Okay, NA fans, if you missed the Dom 1 game, you missed a treat, but you woke up to the game you needed to see happen. This was the must-win game for Cloud9, and it looks like they have turned the corner. 3,500 gold lead, 2 unanswered dragons. You don't want to curse them, but they are favored now in this game that they had to win. You were nervous. You can let it settle down a little bit.
Oh no, what have you done, Phreak? Now with that, it's all going to come crashing down. Honestly though, Aria does actually get hit with the binding. Very easy champion to land those on. As far as the start point for the ultimate, as well as the return point. That is going to mean Cloud9 move into the river, already have the Scuttle Crab. Had them having presence first here with a Sion, Fudge can basically fill up the entire entryway point to the river. Here's the teleport in, though. Sett going to be behind enemy lines. Can he get the angle to dunk the Sion?
Ooh, bound, though. Fudge pops the shield and actually burns Flash get away. Evi's going to let the Grit decay. Didn't have a good shield target regardless, but Cloud9 now seem to own enough of the map. They've got a Herald summon in mid. They walk right into the river. Aria tries to find some poke. Not going to find a ton. Perkz, is he going to jump the wall? No. Going to play it a bit more safely. They see Alistar in mid. They saw Tristana crossing towards top. They know, all right, nobody's defending this one. Dragon number 3 is ours. And DFM, if they want to eliminate Cloud9 and guarantee that they advance, they got to find a way to turn this game back around. Evi now stuck under the turret, down to half health, and who's going to tank it first? Vulcan going to do so. Just going to sit there on the corner and let the damage come in for Zven. Shield comes down. Drop the aggro. Zven a bit low, but not going to find the ult target. Nice kill picked up. But Perkz, be careful. Oh, Steel's going to try for it, but it's way too much. The overextension, and Perkz solo kills the help of a turret.
Oh, Steel cannot catch a break this game. Rumble looking pretty balanced in this one as they go for the tower dive. Again, because he's so far behind, only just then had completed the Night Harvester. Still, no stopwatch picked up, not even close to looking towards an hourglass or anything. And that is going to be more falling here for DFM. Look at the attempt, though. Ultimate starts it out, lands both harpoons, trying to get that chase down, trying to get Alistar in range, and does flash for it. Perkz, though, with the ultimate and with the shield bow, buys enough time, gets under turret. Really good use there, stacking up his Q so he can gain extra range under the tower. Baits him again. What's more BM of missing pings during fights here from Perkz, or typing out timers as your solo?
Oh yeah,
people, for the mid lane for doing B style plays.
Yeah. I want to shout out also a mechanic thing that Perkz did. He did not press E until his solo unbound was going to be anchored under the turret. If you press E right away, they're like, cool, we'll just wait here and group up, and we'll just kill you when you snap back and play it defensively. By only snapping out once it was under the turret, it meant Steel had to dedicate to the play or leave early. So well played there. Ult, flash, pop the shield bow, then press that one late. So a well played disengage, and yeah, missing ping solo kills are the name of the game right now for Perkz. 2/3 of his kills have been this.
All right, name of the game for DFM, though, is going to have to be find a pocket of Fog of War. Oh no, they've been found out!
The pockets, ooh, they're going to be unsown. Block away. Okay, a couple of wards going down, but they can walk right back in on Cloud9's side. And Kazu, he's going to drop Blaber. Finds one little bit of damage coming through from Zven. Ultimately, it is a trade kill, though. Aria found the damage, took out Blaber, and that means no jungler on Cloud9. Means that they want to look at Baron, they cannot. 2.5 minutes, though, until Mountain Soul. And with the 4,000 gold, that's going to look good. Perkz going to find Evi on the way over. Careful, though. Rumble is nearby, and Aria could come down as well. So Perkz, did he bite off more than he can chew? Nope, he's going to go right back in, actually, for the play.
Bite.
And snap back.
The second bite might be a little too much.
Huge play by Evi. Forces Perkz back out. That dunk is huge, but is it going to be enough damage, though? Perkz gets back over the shield, but he's going to burn down the shutdown. Kill gold goes to Steel.
And the second bite, way too much for him there, though. Perkz getting very overconfident with the success that he has had thus far in the game. And a really nice punish. You call out from Evi, able to dunk him out of the ultimate and secure that kill. These are the kills that DFM need to get back in this game. These are the reasons that you don't curse Cloud9 like Phreak did. Here's another look at it, though. Look at Aria is actually what I want to focus on, because this is why we're talking up Aria's Zoe right between the tanks of Cloud9. He threads the needle for the counter kill there, killing off Blaber. Really big when DFM can actually pick up these extra kills, keep Cloud9, honest in this game as far as setting up for this Soul Dragon. This is going to be a breaking point. But DFM, they have found a couple of those comeback kills thus far. They're looking at setting up that AoE combo. Rumble Ultimate is ready. Alistar and Sett engage will be a priority, but Aria is looking for these setup bubbles. Those are the things that can actually be game changers.
So down to about 3,500 gold. That second bite from Perkz, given the Heimlich Kobe, he was choking a bit there. But now we have the river control. 45 seconds on Mountain Soul. DFM are going to be the ones to take the bottom river first. A couple of aggressive wards in the south jungle. Cloud9 could say, you know what, screw it. Take it. We'll play for top side. We'll force Baron. And that seems to be the play. Everyone's playing top jungle. They're not playing for soul. They're going to use their gold lead to say, screw it. Vision control into Baron as the trade of objectives. Do DFM play that correctly? Or, actually, based on these recall timings, They're going to get the vision, but still play for bottom river.
Yeah, I'm going to say with both teleports available, Cloud9, their setup work for the Soul play can be really, really, really easy. Pushing out both these side lanes. Nobody can actually answer Perkz at the moment in the 1v1. He already had QSS. Now he completes Infinity Edge here for the Yone. This is a tremendous power spike. He actually might be able to take those 2v1s next time around. For it, as you can see, by far the highest gold in the game. It's going to be an attempted Baron take here for DFM in answer. Nope, they're just clearing out the wards.
Okay.
So it is the Soul given over. No rebuttal for TSM. And maybe now, Phreak, you can give the go-ahead to breathe that sigh of relief.
No longer. After seeing that Perkz play, it's you know what? It's back to G2 vacation memes. I'm no longer gonna put the faith in it. We're just gonna wait and see how the game plays out. Certainly, it's a mathematical gigantic lead for Cloud9. Again, the gold lead about 3,000. The Mountain Soul, obviously a big deal. That last play for the last minute was certainly interesting to watch for. C9, yeah, played the top jungle, then came right back down, and DFM kind of handed it away. The Mountain Soul, permanent, gigantic shield. It's going to do a lot against the Zoe poke, going to do a lot to make sure you don't get one shot by the engage. But one good team fight can still turn things around. It's not out of the realm of possibility if you play it well enough. Here comes the attempt towards the top side. Comes back. Perkz is going to walk back down to the river, and looks like Cloud9 are going to play around the Baron setup again.
That blind binding from Blaber over the wall provided so much value. Are you kidding me? They burned the flash of Yutapon right before the Baron setup. This is going to have huge ramifications for the team fight. Yutapon is the DPS output there that are looking to actually carry the brunt of the fight. Yes, Aria is trying to find these bubbles to pick to set it up, but it's up to the 2-item Tristana to really pump out the DPS and finish those team fights if they're actually going to have a hope at defending the Baron. Cloud9 get another big cooldown. Alistar ultimate now not going to be available for DFM, and this should mean C9 hard bait on this Baron. They clear out the rest of the wards. One more left behind that red buff with the control ward being there, and their timer is on the clock right now with Evi pushing bottom line. He does have teleport available to join when they make the call.
Okay. Well, 4 minutes on Elder Dragon. Baron still a possible setup. Fudge walking up, gonna frontline. We know there's no ult, and Alistar has to flash away, and Fudge is already channeling the Q. Lands the slam, knocks him up. Thumbs up, one from Teemo, one from the old icon, and now Cloud9 without an enemy support gonna walk right back into the Baron pit.
All right, all that they have to worry about now is the possible Baron steal. We've seen so many times Zoe's come in. Paddlestar is huge burst damage at this stage of the game. Rumble does not have ultimate, but does have flash. Can Cloud9 keep him out of the pit? A binding from Blaber would go a long way if they can get it over the pit. Perkz goes over, he'll do it by hand, and that's gonna be the Baron.
A black shielded Yone over the wall that can snap back whenever he wants. There's not a lot of counterplay to that one. They don't have the damage to the shield, though. He's got a QSS for good measure. All they get is Evi split pushing the bottom side. He took down bottom lane outer turret. He took down 3 minion waves, but the Red Bull Baron buff is on for Cloud9. That power play is gonna grow pretty quickly.
All right, now all that's left for Cloud9 to push in with their 4-1. They actually have Fudge on bottom side. Teleport's available for both him and Perkz, so they could get every single lane in their favor, try and close the gap here on DFM. With the safety of Mountain Soul as well, they do have plenty of disengage, so they can actually play every single lane, try and sync up top and bottom lane at least, and get the second outer towers there down very quickly, get all of that extra gold, remove any of these avenues for comeback for DFM.
Playing it smart, playing it by the numbers. So far, so good. Steel, once again, is top side, but you can see every time Perkz goes for an aggressive wave past river, he's got to make sure to have the soul unbound, and then, yep, just ults it away. Says, okay, I'm okay trading ult for ult. It's fine. You got 2 top side. I'm okay burning a cooldown, not giving away a death. And hey, by the way, if you need me, I can always TP back in the bottom lane. So go push with impunity in the bottom lane. Inhibitor turret going to be dropping. Another thumbs up for Zven. His mid lane was shepherded in, but not Baron buffed up. As Fudge comes back over, 4v0, push down to the bottom side. And Perkz still staying on the split push. Steel behind him, but down 6 levels. He's certainly behind him in that case. I guess Only down 4, but that duel's not going to look pretty. Burns the zone. He is trying to jump away, but Evi's here, has some Krugs for a big stun, and Perkz may just die. The dunk right into a Sion, but it's not going to be enough. A shutdown comes through. Well played. One picked up as Fudge had TP'd over. He's left alone. Finally gets some reinforcement. It's going to be enough here as the stun lands on Evi. He's stunned up again. The flash means nothing, and Alistar just delivers himself on a silver platter. Thank you very much for the beef Wagyu, and this is going to be another kill and another turret going down.
And Cloud9 can finish off the push. Yes, Perkz went down, but 2 people on DFM in answer. As soon as the rest of the squad arrives, they finish off the secondary turret. Objective number 1 of bottom inhibitor was already taken during the time that Perkz was buying on the top side as well. I do have to say, though, DFM, they didn't have a lot of options to go for here because they can't fight the 5-on-5. They would lose straight up. So they go with one of the only options that they have is try and pick off one of the split pushers. And knowing that Perkz had just burned his ultimate in their previous exchange, they decide to all in here, try and take him down, and they do get the shutdown, single kill for themselves. It did go on to Yutapon, so definitely gold invested in the right spot. But again, we already know the aftermath. Once Cloud9, the rest of them rotate over, Binding goes out, C9 finish it up, still huge lead, and it's gonna get bigger.
And that was the new X Effect replay, and now it's going to be even more kills. Just Alistar death and Alistar death. These tasty Japan known for their beef, and again, Blaber gonna acquire the taste. And okay, Steel, good luck, buddy. Knocked in the air by Nautilus. Yeah, Aria's around, but well, we're just gonna go for even more. Nice pickup there. Zonia's pop is gonna buy 2.5 seconds, and Fudge, he's just gonna recall in front of Trist. That's how fed the tank is. He can ignore the marksman. Yone reaches the back line. It just keeps going. Cloud9 gonna find their 3rd win, gonna find their revenge kill on DFM, but they cannot yet breathe a full sigh of relief. It is still possible for a tiebreaker. DFM are not yet eliminated. I like the white flag from Vulcan, true to his French heritage, good job. And now we go into the last few Nexus turrets. Cloud9 get the win they needed to. It still started with Blaber dying in the river off of some over-aggression, but it is still Cloud9 coming away with the win. They are 2-0 on the day, and if they beat their final opponent, they will advance.
Fudge, big play on the Sion. Huge stuff from Vulcan initiating for them. Perkz, a masterclass in Yone, getting so many of these solo kills. Definitely a little bit of panache at the end as well. Some flair from the Cloud9 guys. Sion can't do sit-ups, his belly's too big.